What's going on, guys? Happy New Year's. It is the 2nd of January, and I want to get a new video started. Man, the weather here in Oregon is just terrible, so I'm going to go ahead and try to get a video here within the next couple days, maybe a week, of a bunch of little stuff that I need to get done to the car. So I wanted to get some testing out of the way, obviously, but with the way that the weather's been and whatnot, I haven't been able to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and take the back of the car back apart. I need to take the rear end out, take it up to Greg. We have some ideas on changing the ride height, as I mentioned in the video before. Then we're also going to, I need to seal up some stuff in the back for the wheel tubs and stuff like that, seam seal. Then I also, I don't know if I mentioned before, but I was having some issues with the oil pressure not necessarily dropping, but slowly diving off. So it'd start at like 70 pounds at the beginning of the run, and sometimes it would go all the way down to 60, just maybe barely below 60. So I bought a 3.5 quart oil accumulator, and so I gotta get that installed. But overall, that's kind of what we got cooking for this video, guys. I'm going to time lapse some stuff off my phone, and then just kind of keep you guys up to date. Also, I don't know if you guys can see the quality or any better, or the microphone, but my wife bought me a new camera for Christmas. So awesome. We're going to keep kind of chugging away, buy another camera. I would like to get the GoPro 360. I'd like to try all that stuff. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy, and we'll check you guys in a bit. All right, guys, like I said, I bought an oil accumulator. So basically you put compressed air into here. The CVR, High Performance Automotive Racing Products, is what this is. They have a bunch of them. Moroso makes one, Canton makes one. There's a bunch of them out there. But they all do the same thing. You put compressed air in this end, and then this goes to the oil pressure side, so the pressure side of your oiling system in the motor. And once it starts to lose oil pressure against this side of the piston, the pressure that you have here will start pushing the oil back in the oil system. So it's kind of a good, I would call it a good, basically insurance, just so you know that you got oil pressure all the time. So, and with this thing kind of being funky on oil pressure for some reason, it wouldn't hurt. So anyways, I'll show you guys what I got planned to where I want to mount it. So this is kind of what my thought is. I don't want to add any more weight to the front of the car, so I think I'm going to come off of here with some brackets and mount it right about here. And then I'll have to run one -10 basically line from here to the oil filter adapter in the front. Then I'm going to get rid of this manual valve here and put an electric solenoid valve here. So as soon as I turn the ignition on, it will actually pre-prime the oiling system. But yeah, I think that's what we're going to do there, and that'll be kind of what we're going to work on right now. So this is what I came up with. I put some nut zerts in the chassis there, and then I'm working on this little bracket right here. I just cut that out. We'll just make sure that fit. But if you look at it from behind the car, it'll be plenty of far enough forward, so if it does wheelie, it's never going to get into that. The wheel tub's going to protect that little gauge for any sort of rocks off of the deal. I think that'll work out just fine. And then, like I said, we'll have an electric solenoid off of that with a -10 line forward. Easy peasy. So I got this little bracket here. I just got to drill a couple holes, and I'll put some 5/16 nut zerts in each of the holes, and then I'll bolt it to the bracket, tack it up underneath the car, and then I'll pull the whole thing out of the way and weld in. Super easy. So as you can see here, simple little bracket. I put some nut zerts in it so we could just bolt it right to it. Then I'll bolt it to the bracket and just probably just stitch weld it across the chassis. Oh, so I got her all mounted up in there. And like I said, I'm waiting on some fittings and all the hose and all the stuff to do the oil line all the way up front, which I'm not really looking forward to, but it'll all work out. I'll just run it right along the frame rail, right along with all the water hoses and stuff like that. But for the most part, I don't got that many hoses underneath the car. I got some transmission lines, and then I got my water hoses that go to the back here, and then the rest of it's pretty simple. But well, that's that little project. I'll move on to I think the next thing I need to do is try to get that transmission dump valve wired in. So that's that. We'll get right on the next project. Alright, so I got that all wired up. I don't remember what output I used out of the ECU, so I'm going to have to fire up my laptop, which of course is dead. So I'll figure out what output out of the ECU I was using to trigger that. I know I have it wired, or all the settings in the ECU for it to work. I tried to go through and set everything up once, so I didn't have to screw with it again, but that's probably gonna do it for today. I gotta go pick up my son, and we got basketball practice tonight, but I'll probably pick up tomorrow after work. Hopefully that's not too loud. That's my heater turning on. But so what I'll end up doing is getting the wheels and tires off as soon as I get off work tomorrow, and then I'll show you guys kind of what I got cooking and where I've made some panels to seal up some of the tire smoke. I know I had one comment saying that, man, your car had a lot of tire smoke inside the cab, and it did. Well, I haven't sealed up anything underneath of it. I kind of ran out of patience, and I just wanted to make some passes in this thing. But I'll go ahead and take care of that right now. There's a ton of things that I can do, but I'm not going to tear this car apart too far to where when the weather turns around I can't test, because I'd like to get a head start. I think our first race is going to be in April, and so I'd like to at least have the car somewhat lined out by then. So anyways, that'll do it for today, but we'll pick back up tomorrow. See you guys.